Hello and a very warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in to this exclusive broadcast where you've got to strap in for Bundesliga Banter, where we bring you the goals, the gossip, and the games that matter. From shock results to headline signings and can't miss matchups, it's all in here. This is your weekly Bundesliga fix. We will be talking key results, major moves for the season, and the fixtures that you just can't afford to miss. So without wasting any time, let's kick off. This is Bundesliga Banter. All right, first and foremost, it's been another electrifying weekend in Germany's top flight. We're talking about Matchday 3. Goals, the drama, the late show-stopping moments across the board. Let's dive into the wrap-up of what really happened in Matchday 3. First up, Bayern Munich made a statement of intent, rolling over newly promoted Hamburg SV in ruthless fashion at the Allianz Arena. Serge Gnabry set the tone in the third minute. Alexander Pavlovich quickly doubled it, and then Harry Kane struck twice, the Englishman in phenomenal form, including a penalty on the 26th minute, with Luis Diaz now adding a fourth just before halftime. It was 4-0 already right at the 45th minute whistle. Hamburg offered only little resistance as Bayern's attacking depth and defensive solidity turned this into a showcase performance. You've got coach Vincent Kompany, who praised the early onslaught in the first 45 minutes, and Bayern, needless to say, now look ready to dominate the rest of the season. But we've seen time and again pretty much one or the other upsets really happens in the course of the season. It's only Matchday 3, some important games coming your way as well. Stay tuned for that. And now here is Englishman Harry Kane talking about his association with Bayern Munich and his goal scoring abilities with the Bundesliga team.
This team suits me a lot, the way we play, the way we press. It gives me space, it gives me chances to get on the ball. I have runners in behind, and I just feel like there's a lot of freedom here, and I've started the season well. Personally, I feel in really good shape, really physically in a good place. So just game by game, I'm just building, and I know in this team I'm going to get chances. The players we have around me are going to be able to feed me the ball, and hopefully I can keep putting it away. Yeah, so the boss talks a lot about, when we defend as a team. And obviously they broke, and I had to make a big run with my teammates to the edge of the box. Was able to pick up the second ball, and then, my first thought is to see if we can counter-attack and score. And obviously Lucho played a nice ball into me, out to Michael, he played another good ball. And I talk a lot about the first touch before a finish, and I think my first touch there was perfect, and it set up, that angle to be able to score. And it wasn't the best shot, but it just snuck through the keeper.
Musiala for his own support, and then you've got Olise on the other hand. Now Luis Diaz, who's joined the ranks. Clearly, no wonder why Harry Kane feels quite comfortable in the Bundesliga colours. But then again, Wolfsburg versus Cologne. Drama unfolded at the Volkswagen Arena, where Wolfsburg and Cologne played out a 6-goal thriller. Now, Cologne struck first through Waldschmidt, but Wolfsburg hit back with goals from Amora and Maya. Weather delays, pyrotechnics, and VAR interruptions stretched the game into, of course, history before Cologne's Jakub Kaminski netted the latest ever Bundesliga goal deep into stoppage time, denying Wolfsburg a win. A match of two halves, it was resilience from Cologne and near misses for Wolfsburg. And take a look at this. You've got Bayer Leverkusen versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Bayer Leverkusen finally got off to the mark under new coach Kasper Hjulmand, defeating Frankfurt 3-1 despite finishing with 9 men. Free kicks from Alejandro Grimaldo and a stoppage time penalty sealed the win for Leverkusen. Frankfurt fought hard but couldn't overcome the man disadvantage. A much needed win for Leverkusen, needless to speak of, giving the fans hope for the season ahead after a thunderous season under Xabi Alonso. You've got a derby matchup as well. SC Freiburg versus VfB Stuttgart, the Baden-Württemberg derby. Passion and late drama defined this derby clash. You've got Stuttgart's Ermedin Demirovic, who opened the scoring with a sublime backheel, but Freiburg stormed back late. Igor Matanovic equalized. Derry Schernat put them ahead, and then Matanovic added a stoppage time goal to seal a 3-1 comeback for Freiburg. Freiburg showed determination and timing, while Stuttgart were left to rue the missed opportunities. Hoffenheim stunned Union Berlin as well with a thrilling 4-2 victory on the road. Fisnik Asllani shone with a second half brace, whilst Weghorst, after his recent run of transfers, capped off a masterclass in counter-attacking. Union Berlin showed fight with Ilyas Ansah and Tom Roth pulling goals back, but Hoffenheim's pace and the clinical finishing, it proved decisive. 4-2. That's how the game actually ended up. Borussia Dortmund maintained their perfect start as well, something that Bundesliga stars and manager are going to be closely watching, with a controlled 2-0 win away at Heidenheim. Then you've got Niklas Füllkrug's opener and Jamie Bino Gittens' second that showcased Dortmund's attacking intent and composure. Edin Terzic's side sit comfortably near the top, sending a clear message to their title rivals Leverkusen or Bayern Munich. If you're watching, you must be aware. Late drama in Mainz as well. You've got RB Leipzig that snatched all 3 points through a Christoph Baumgartner strike in the dying minutes of the match. Mainz fought hard but couldn't find an equalizer, whilst Leipzig's resilience keeps their early season momentum alive. But hey, it could go anywhere. We've seen it time and again how they can bottle it in the business end of the season. And finally, the final match of Matchday 3, you had Borussia Mönchengladbach versus Werder Bremen. A nightmare for Gladbach fans as Werder Bremen ran a riot on the road. You've got Marvin Duksch and Justin Nienma, who both scored twice, exploiting Gladbach's defensive frailties. Bremen's counter-attacking precision makes this a statement win, whilst Gladbach are left with plenty to rethink. Well, we missed out on one. St. Pauli's 2-1 win over Augsburg. At the Millern-Tor, St. Pauli celebrated their first Bundesliga win since promotion, defeating Augsburg's 2-1. You've got Johannes Eggestein and Elias Saad who put the horse ahead, and although Augsburg's pulled back late, St. Pauli held on to claim a historic victory, a night certainly to remember for the Kaiserkicker faithful. And well, that's Matchday 3 all wrapped up for you, from Bayern's dominance to late drama in Wolfsburg and Mainz and historic wins for St. Pauli. The Bundesliga never fails to deliver excitement. And whilst we're talking about what matches are upcoming, here's what is in store for all the Bundesliga fans out there. This is the run-up to next month's Goldtoberfest. Take a look.
Football is our culture. Match days turn into festivals. Every goal ignites the crowd. Strangers become family. Football is our culture, but goals are our tradition.
Well, all right then. From the 17th of September, it's already underway right up till the 5th of October. This is Goldtoberfest. And whilst we're talking about Goldtoberfest, several new signings that have come into the fray in Bundesliga. It's always spices up things now, doesn't it? The Bundesliga transfer window has been buzzing in the run-up to the 2025-2026 season. And here we talk about 3 blockbuster signings. And let's begin with the man on our screen, Luis Diaz. Now, Bayern Munich may have lost Leroy Sané this summer, but they found a new star in Luis Diaz. Diaz arrived with serious pedigree, 20 goal contributions during Liverpool's Premier League winning season, and he's quickly proving why Bayern made him their marquee signing. In an impressive Bundesliga debut, Luis Diaz has already racked up 3 goals and 2 assists in just 3 appearances. His standout play earned him the Bundesliga Goal of the Month for August, and firmly established the 28-year-old Colombian winger as one of the league's most exciting new talents. The dashing left winger is reportedly signed for a deal that may run up to 75 million euros for his stay at the club till the end of the 2029 season. Well, that's the season. Luis Diaz seems to be right up there. He's already racked in 3 goals and 2 assists. And what we're also learning at this point in time is that the goal that he scored in the Super Cup, that's not counted as part of these 5 direct goal interventions. He's been brought from Liverpool, and it seems like no Leroy Sané, no problem. All right, then, shifting our focus here, Borussia Dortmund's new signing, Joe Bellingham. There always got to be one Bellingham in that yellow jersey. He's been making waves in the Bundesliga this season. season, the young English midfielder joined the club over summer and has quickly adapted to pace and physicality of the German football. Known for his strong work rate and versatility, Bellingham has already shown glimpses of his potential. In 2 appearances for Borussia Dortmund so far, Bellingham has recorded an impressive 88.3% pass completion rate in his 116 minutes on the field so far. Hey Jude, welcome back again. At just 19 years of age, Bellingham is one to watch as he continues to grow and make an impact for Dortmund this year. Can he follow in his brother's footsteps is the biggest question. The 19-year-old midfielder, younger sibling of English football star Jude Bellingham, has landed a Borussia Dortmund for a €38 million deal that will run from 2025 for the next 5 years into 2030. Only 116 minutes played so far and an 88% passing accuracy. Wow. I mean, is this the next midfield maestro in the making? Well, only time will tell. We've got one more star signing that we need to speak about. Lucas Vazquez, let's look at some of those visuals as well, has officially landed in the Bundesliga, signing with Bayer Leverkusen after a trophy-laden career at Real Madrid. Even as a 34-year-old seasoned winger is yet to make, he's yet to start for the Bundesliga team. His arrival adds real firepower and leadership to the Bayer Leverkusen squad, and fans are keen to know about what's to come. He's already made one shot on target in his previous match, and if Vazquez keeps up the form, he could be the difference maker in Leverkusen's ambitions to reclaim the Bundesliga title. From Real Madrid to Bayer Leverkusen, Lucas Vazquez's arrival on a free transfer, they absolutely had to pay nothing for it, will be a big push to Bundesliga clubs' title dreams. The 34-year winger is going to stay at the club from 2025 for the next 3 years till the year 2028. And those were the 3 crucial signings so far till the first three match weeks. And here's a quick look at the big matchups that are going to be coming your way. Of course, starting off with Hoffenheim, that are now going to be hosting Bayern Munich over the weekend in what promises to be another test of strength. Now, Bayern have been flying this season. We've already spoken about new signings like Luis Diaz are hitting the ground running. Harry Kane continues to deliver in the front of the goal. And let's not forget Olise. What a thunderclap left foot does the guy have. Team news could be decisive. Bayern will be missing Mr. Stanisic, Alphonso Davies, Rafael Guerrero, and Jamal Musiala through injury. Historically, Bayern have dominated this particular fixture. Out of the 36 meetings, they won 24 and Hoffenheim just 5. Expect favourites Bayern to press early, control possession and likely open the scoring. Hoffenheim, meanwhile, are looking to build on their recent 4-2 win against Union Berlin and show fight at home. Hoffenheim have their own absentees. Adam Lozek, Koki Machida and Valentin Gandre won't be available. The match kicks off on Saturday at 7 p.m. India time. And this Sunday, Borussia Dortmund welcome Wolfsburg in what could be a defining Bundesliga fixture. All eyes glued to this particular fixture. Dortmund versus Wolfsburg always catches that attention. Dortmund have been in strong attacking form with Guirassy aiming to extend his scoring run. And you've got Ruhr, the Valley club, eager to put their midweek Champions League disappointment behind them. Dortmund were leading Juventus 4-2 in their league phase opener in Italy on Tuesday before conceding 2 goals in stoppage time, eventually settling for a 4-4 draw that felt more like a loss for the Dortmund side. Dortmund clearly have the upper hand, more wins, more goal scoring and more dominance in these past meetings. And team news could again play a part. Dortmund may be missing some defensive opinions and options. Tactically expect Dortmund to press high, look for early control of midfield and try to exploit Wolfsburg and their defensive lapses. Meanwhile, Wolfsburg have struggled for consistency lately and their defense has shown vulnerabilities. They haven't picked up just 1 win in 3 match days this season so far, so they will need to cope with absence of a few key players and will be looking for breaks and try to hit on the counter.
That was a thriller from start to finish.
These echoes of what could have been.
Oh no, not the same old story.
They're not just playing for points. They're playing to prove themselves.
This season they want to do everything better.
Make sure history does not repeat itself. So get ready and make it your game. Dortmund versus Wolfsburg.
Also on Sunday, Bayer Leverkusen host Borussia Mönchengladbach at the Bay Arena in a match promising plenty of intensity. Leverkusen come in strong and fresh off of a resilient 3-1 win over Eintracht Frankfurt, even after finishing with just 9 men. And so far this season, they've recorded a win, a loss and a draw. Now, historically, Leverkusen have dominated this rivalry, winning 65% of their last 20 meetings with Mönchengladbach. And even as you've got Leverkusen that are going to be looking to use their home advantage to full effect to change, of course, their luck in the Bundesliga. Mönchengladbach, meanwhile, are still chasing their first league victory. This season, they suffered a heavy 4-0 defeat at the hand of Werder Bremen just last weekend, exposing some defensive frailties. Mönchengladbach will be desperate to find their first goal of the season. They have failed to score in a single game since the start of the new league season, picking up their sole point from a goalless draw at Hamburger SV on the opening weekend of the campaign. Now, kickoff is set to take place at 9 p.m. India time. Expect a fast-paced, fiercely competitive game. Mönchengladbach will be going all out to avoid a third successive defeat in the league. That's all the time we have for you in this edition of Bundesliga Banter. We'll be back with more previews, reviews, reaction, and drama. This is your one-stop shop and your fix for German football.